welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight, oh, he's coming. We're reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, episode 12 before we start. D.
May I tap on the button and subscribe to our channel?
Oh, thank you. Be careful.
He acting like somebody's uncle. Shoot.
To get to your bed before Ceci does.
Yes, get there before she gets to the food. Okay. So it's the day after Kenya being out the hospital.
Are we going over the looks or not? You sent me the picture.
Well, we could do it. Let's do the looks first, girl, because it ain't much to talk about with these looks. I didn't like them.
What was the theme supposed to be? Do we even know that?
We don't know.
It must be something to do with Portugal, I'm guessing.
That's what I would guess. I mean, Portugal went about shit because we didn't see Portugal. We saw them doing clay or something. We didn't see Portugal.
And we did not see any food that we thought was appetizing or appealing. I didn't want to eat any of that.
Said it. You know, I would have said it. No.
I was thinking about you. I was like, this is unacceptable. She's not going to want any of these dishes. It's all a little bit.
I mean, as I go down the line, I think, did Candy just recently get her breasts done? But Candy just look like, I know, look, she's giving me old woman. She looked like she got the
looked like she went in Joyce's closet because Joyce already had one.
It looked like an old woman dress. I don't like it. Kenya, I hate her hair. I don't like that dress with them titties hanging in the middle. What
are we doing with our titties, ladies? Because I've been seeing swimsuits and stuff with the titties on the bottom. And first of all of us don't have these enhancements. So our breasts do things that natural breasts do. And is it gonna be comfortable to like be walking around worried about if your nipple popped out the bottom of that thing or not?
It looked like Showgirl.
Yeah.
Showgirl with a little bit of big bird. Drew?
Candy, first of all, is very small. So she don't need all them lines cutting her off every single where. She cut up at the neck, she cut up at the knee, and then the strappy shoes. She need lines that are long.
And her hair looks plain.
Matronly.
Yeah.
Kenya.
I don't like Kenya with the blonde hair.
You know what she reminds me of? No, New York is where I'd rather stay.
That's what she looks like.
She looked like Green Acres.
Drew probably maybe looked the best, but it looked like a whole lot of material too, Drew. I don't know. Look, did they finish your dress? Maybe
we can't see it. I'll have to see it. She's to be determined, Drew.
Yeah. I don't know. What's that girl named? Sheree. Sheree then went back and got somebody prom dress from the 80s.
Did Sheree come? I don't see her. Which one is she? Sheree in this picture, girl, where's she at?
Girl, she did some work. Yeah. Child.
Marlo is crawling on the floor right now. I just want you to know that it's hard to be distracted because he's trying to avoid
the camera.
Y'all live streaming. Well, they got my voice now for snitching on things.
Yep, we got you.
You like that shit. What is Marlo doing? Marlo looks like she was on the other side of Shut up. She looks like she was on the other side of Zsa Zsa Gabor's closet.
She looks like Miss Roper. That's what she looked like, Mrs. Roper.
We got Zsa Zsa Gabor and Miss Roper.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, Sonia gets the best dress. That was easy.
Sonia?
Yeah.
I mean, what can you say? She's pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and looking good though. Like
the best we ever seen her look.
If somebody set all of these dresses in front of you and said you have to pick one, you would pick that one.
I just don't like them. I picked the Nene was the best dress. She had the same color on as these girls. She's the best dress. That's what I
tell you. I can't wait to put the visual up for that one. Now that's gonna be funny.
She won.
She sure probably got more ratings than the reunion will.
Girl.
Since that's what they like to talk about.
Child. All right, y'all. So let's talk about this horrible episode. We're gonna try to give it a little bit of flair though. So Kenya,
I shouldn't be on vacation and not having a good time. That's stupid. I'm just saying. I went all the way to Portugal and I can't tell you nothing. I don't know.
Especially Candy. Candy went and had a horrible time. She was sick, coming and got there and got into an argument and left. It was horrible.
She shitted and threw up all the way there to only stay for a day. And while she was there, she was in the hospital.
God.
So Sheree goes down as the worst vacation in house.
Yeah, absolutely.
History.
Absolutely.
It's worse than Alabama.
Thank you, Sheree. King said this is her second time within months being in the hospital. She think Marlo put roots on her. Mayetta come over to visit her. She talked about how Candy was heated. And she called her. Well, Kenya said Candy called her and she was mad, upset because Drew was lying on her about kissing LaToya. So Mayetta said Marlo videotaped it and sent it to LaToya, and then LaToya sent it to Drew. And then Drew called her immediately, and LaToya ended up calling Candy to clear her name, saying that she didn't kiss her, even though she said it on the reunion. And I'm just like, they didn't videotape it, but they videotaped it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watched a whole lot of that going on.
We watched it, thing one. Thing two, why the hell didn't y'all just invite LaToya's ass back then instead of Carmen, or what's her name, Christina? What's the cousin's name? Child, Courtney. If y'all were gonna do this,
Drew didn't want LaToya on there.
Well, it would have been a better story.
So this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking why she's lying. I think that Drew is lying because we know that she's going through this divorce at this time. And this is probably not gonna look good against her in court because we know what the rumor is about Ty. He probably was like, and you was over there with Toy, and she probably think that she's trying to protect herself from looking bad because she already got this stuff going on with Ty.
Listen, the moral to that story is get divorced then. Get divorced, and if you want to go play with Ty or kiss, what's the girl's name? Tanya, Toya.
Is there money involved though? If you cheated on me, do I have to pay you?
Well, see, okay, I'm a Capricorn. So that would have happened before I thought about going anywhere with LaToya or Ty. I would have been like, is this going to cost me? If you're that done, then you should just, you know what I'm saying? Because we know what do Ralph do.
We know
he have a job?
It don't matter. We watched the boy on the first season come and put the house and everything in his name right underneath her nose.
While you was on vacation.
Yeah. And then she told us he had cameras all over the house the first
But I feel like, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just a house. You know what I'm saying? If you're that miserable, then you could go live in a apartment. You drew the door, you could go let him have the house.
But is
she
gonna have to pay him an alimony? Is what I'm saying.
Why? He bought the house.
But it's always
I mean, he seems like that type. He seems like that type.
Yeah. Because normally it's if the woman can prove that the man stepped out, he the one who ruined it, usually they get paid. I can see him being that type.
Honestly, I can see anybody being that type. That's why people be saying get a prenup, because when you go into it, you be in love with each other, and on the way out, you be fighting.
She ain't that bright.
Well, I feel like people be like mixing the two things together. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to marrying somebody versus being in a relationship with somebody. You can contract anything.
That's probably why he wanted that sister up out of there.
Right.
But
But she was focused on like getting him to adopt her child and all of that. Like to me, it just don't even make sense because we
No.
were even then like, why is she pressing that? If he doesn't want to
He
do
got a
it,
dad,
then
and he had a daddy.
and he has a father, and you want to make stuff on paper that don't even matter. You
Mm-mm.
said in the beginning that he makes a difference between your son and
You did.
you said that.
You said that. We didn't make that up. So, Kenya said if I was Drew, I would be mad at Marlo. You mad at Marlo for what?
I would say this is the first episode that I was like that, what you just said the whole time. I ain't even mad. I was not mad at her not one single time.
You was over there talking shit about LaToya, talking about that lied, and she just said that, and boop, boop, boop. And Marlo was like, yep, let's see what LaToya got to say about that.
I mean, at the end of the day, it wouldn't have even been a thing if she would have said, we were all drinking. I probably did. I don't know. I don't even remember. But, and this came after this nigga went to Tampa for 3 days. So I'd be like, I was upset and drunk and I don't know, child. And it could have been done. But you sitting up here telling us you didn't when we all seen you do it. I feel like LaToya kissed everybody, didn't she? They was all kissing LaToya that night.
She went down on Kenya. We know that.
Not Kenya, Portia.
Portia, I'm sorry. Sorry, Kenya. Kenya, you was minding your business. You said all them hoes was nasty.
She's from Brooklyn, so she can be like, I cannot get into this mess with y'all.
And then Mayetta tells Kenya that Marlo, Sheree, and Sanya was over there telling Courtney, watch your cousin. Don't better watch her, cause you know, this is the team to be on. Don't be over there with your cousin, child.
That's not her cousin, first of all.
It's not, and I still don't think she his cousin. I don't. He didn't know her. He didn't know her.
But it's funny because I have cousins that I grew up with, like the Reeves and all them people, Marlon and all of them, that are not blood related to me, but feel like cousins because we grew up like from little kids all the way to adults. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I'm just found out I'm related to is somebody I'm related to. We not all.
You found out at that party, and now she's at your house. Nah. Okay. Y'all brought her. That's how y'all introduced her to the show. That girl is not his cousin.
What'd you say? Ralph's aunt's cousin's grandmother's sister?
Right. I explained to y'all, go back and watch that video how she related. Okay, she was on the other side. They got different daddies. She was on the other side, child.
Well, they're not wrong, child, because your cousin lies. So keep an eye on her.
She sure lied.
Both of them are a mess.
Child, both of them.
That's why you stick with Bryce, because he seems like he just don't bother nobody.
Stay under the radar.
He's like your piece for real.
Sheree and Drew. What they doing? Girl, they over there having a conversation, talking about the night before, and Drew talked about, I thought it was a safe place, like at the last girl trip. I'm like, the last one wasn't safe, so you should have learned from that one. She upset because Marlo recorded her, and she was like, clearly we're not friends. I was like, you don't like her.
Y'all wasn't friends when you got there. Who is Marlo friends with?
It's not Drew. Child. Well, Sheree was like, well, Kenya verified it. Kenya was there too. And she was like, Kenya wasn't there. And then they showed Kenya when she came down the stairs, which I remember because Kenya was the main one that was trying to tell the
private investigator. She annoyed us to no end.
Kenya the one who let us know about it before the show even started.
She did. It was we knew who Bolo was before we got there.
Before it started, okay.
And Candy was over there with y'all in vibrating underwear, drinking water while y'all
she sure
while y'all
was.
was getting trashed. So her memory is not foggy. She's
Not at all. Not at all. Sheree was like, but that's your friend though. And she was like, well, we're learning a lot, aren't we? Because she's looking at everyone side-eyed. I'm like, they ain't gonna lie for you. It is what it is. Go get me one.
That's the last one.
It is. Okay. Can I have some? Okay. She said Candy is usually golden, but she's lying on her right.
Don't put your mouth on it.
Don't you hate it when somebody take a big old drink? Afro.
That's her.
He's working hard on this afro, okay?
I mean, I see what you're working with. I see what you're working with.
Yeah, I got my hairline right here.
Yeah, I got his hairline done. He working on it.
I'm mad about the hairline.
So she say Candy lying on her because she wants to groom her. She is warming her up to play this girl in this
See,
movie.
that makes me mad because come on.
Then she said, you know how she was, you know how she did Dungeon. And then she turned around and went on tour. So we know how she do. I was like, she went all the, if y'all don't know, this girl is a snake.
Right. And how about remember when Ralph was over there with that buzzing over there in Sanya's chair?
Yeah. Yeah.
And knew what he was doing. So
let me tell you something.
That wasn't Candy, that was y'all.
She wouldn't have been in my movie after saying that shit.
Girl.
You're not gonna say I'm warming you up. I've been done with her ass since then. Maybe she ain't see it. Maybe she ain't see it to this episode.
So now, yeah.
But I can't believe that Sheree didn't say something to her about it because you know how she the bone collector. I'm pretty sure she went back and told.
Yeah, but she's also a hater, so she probably was like, "Ooh, wait till this," you know. She didn't want to say it. I don't know. It's the mess, but I was like, "That's messed up." Candy gave you a job in a movie.
Well, she said if they don't end up working together, then she'll be okay. And if
when you read the script, what did the script say was going to happen?
She knew that. She was okay with it.
Right, because if they give you the script and you'd be like, I don't even know if I'll be able to like do that part justice.
Well, she said she cool with it either way. If her and Candy don't be friends, she fine with that too.
Okay then, her to her.
I wouldn't be paying her to do no movie. Child, please. Sound bath. These folks got on the bus. They doing all this shit that you could do anywhere. What the hell do you do in Portugal? Because I don't know. We went to the Portugal the farmer's market, and we picked out some fish.
I bet you there's. The best part was the hotel. They should have just stayed there at the hotel if they wasn't gonna do nothing. And I feel like they all go to a market and stuff, and on every franchise, I feel like they all do that, and I get it, but maybe that should have been like the last thing they did.
But we didn't see y'all eat nothing disgusting, because you know a lot of times when they go to the market, you see like stuff, you be like, that's what they over there, that's what delicacy is over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't give us nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Child.
You know, we ain't gonna do that. We don't have to do that. You're not. Let's do something else.
Can you talk about she was listed as trauma at the hospital and Courtney called her a drama queen and talk about her inflated ass in a confessional? And I'm like, she's obsessed with Kenya acting. You're mad. For no reason.
I mean, she wants to create a beef that's not, you know.
She came in to create the beef with Candy. It didn't work. So she's
moving on. And it's not going to work with Kenya. To Kenya, you're a nobody. So she's just going like, girl, okay.
And then Kenya say some stupid ass shit. Like Mayetta rapping made her feel better. And Mayetta talk about she used to be DJ Money Shaw. And then she do this corny ass rap. And I'm like, why you letting them play you like that, Mayetta?
I don't know
Why
what
you
she was doing.
tuning for these people, Mayetta? Because that was some
I can't
corny
rap.
shit.
Maybe she was lying. It was a moment like what you call it. Remember when Monique?
Like Sambo?
No, I wasn't seeing Sambo.
Okay.
I was seeing Monique that was over there
That was
Potomac.
No.
I was like, maybe she thought she don't want to be a rapper. She was just over there, you know. I
No,
wasn't that
don't-
turned off by it.
Don't do that. That didn't look good. That made you corny as you've been coming
I
across.
didn't think it was corny. I didn't feel no way
Corny.
about it.
I was sitting up here like, oh, will she stop being corny as fuck?
I thought they was just on the bus doing shit. Shit, somebody got to do something. What else? Like we have been on the freaking Sprinter the whole time. We've been in
And
Portugal.
I thought that shit was ghetto. I was like, so we just gonna ride around in Portugal.
All we're doing is being on the bus. Now that's coonish.
Kenya asked Mayetta, or Kenya and Mayetta asked Drew if Courtney spoke to her. They trying to get a feel. And they was like, she got snatched by the body snatcher. So they trying to pretty much let Drew know that the other girls been talking, but they ain't said it. They just trying to get a feel. So they do the little sound bath, you know, they show people thinking about different things, you know, Sanya arguing with her sister, Drew arguing with Ralph. And then Kenya thinks about Brooklyn, gets emotional and cry. And she says she don't know what she did to deserve Brooklyn, and she wants a sibling for Brooklyn. If you're gonna have the baby child, just have the baby, but don't expect him to be responsible, because you know he's not being responsible for Brooklyn. That's what I'm at.
I wouldn't want him to have nothing to do with it at all. Like that's so hard.
See, and that's my thing. If you're gonna do it and be done with it.
That's
but
gonna
I
be
feel
so hard
like
because of the downside is it's actually like fully biologically Brooklyn's siblings. So how is he gonna go take this one? Like
He
I don't
don't.
know.
He don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean,
And then Kenya stays little stuff like she still kind of think it's, I don't know, gonna turn around or something. Like it's not, boo. It's not. Now he won't Brooklyn on his show after he fought and said you couldn't be on.
right. And what I'm saying is I feel like if you were dealing with someone, that's still complicated because it's not about like, it's not, if it was somebody other than Mark, you know what I'm saying? I would understand it, but Mark, you can't have two kids with the same person. And then he say, well, I want, you know,
right.
What's the name? I want Brooklyn on my show, but that one over there, we did that contract after marriage. And so, yeah.
He gonna add more of a fool.
It's gonna be weird. Yeah.
But she gonna do it.
I mean, she
like
grew
she
up in a
gonna
really
do it.
strange family dynamic, though.
Yeah.
The way you know what I'm saying?
I feel like she gonna do it. I wouldn't be surprised if she gonna and put them embryos up in somebody. We had lunch. They bring up Drew and LaToya. And they was like, look here, this is the first time Marlo and Candy agree. So you know they ain't lying about this if they agreeing about it. Marlo said
Kenya said she saw it too. So 3 people saw it.
all
They all
of them.
lying. Oh, they all lying on you.
Marlo was like, yeah, I recorded and I sent it to her, but Mayetta was over there recording too. And Mayetta was like, she was recording, but she put the cameras up when they said no cameras. But then she said, do it matter if we being our authentic self? See, I wish you would have said that there. Don't say it in the confessional. Say it there.
Well, she's right though. I mean, what difference do it make? What are you gonna do so different in front of cameras that you wouldn't be doing? Like, I wouldn't think about that. Like, oh my God,
talking shit about
Right.
Latoya. So she
Look
started.
at her and Latoya become cool though, like, cause they hated each other. They was going at it, and she was giving off that Jezebel spirit and stuff, and then
That's what
y'all
she
are
said.
kissing.
She was sleeping with her pastor and
Her prophet. He was a whole prophet.
Wow. Drew started arguing with Marlo. And talking about you secretly recorded me. Marlo was like, I had the phone up like this. There's no secret.
She did. And she did.
And she told her she needed to worry about, getting her case expunged and her hair follicles to grow back. And I'm just like, these are lazy reasons because these are the same reasons that y'all say every single time.
Nene kept saying that, and I was like, how about we just stop reading? Because that ain't even really, do we really have to still be reading? It's sometimes like when it's organic, but I feel like that's not a read. Like if I was going back and forth with somebody, I wouldn't start talking about their edges. That's
Out the blue. Talk about the case. Talk about what we're talking about right here.
Okay.
We're talking about this right here. You trying to get us off the subject.
Off the subject.
Yeah. She's like, it's giving obsessed. I'm sitting up here like, it would either, if Marlo didn't say it, I thought it. It's giving liar. Okay.
Right. And now you got a whole list. Like you got a whole list of unnecessary lies.
Yeah. And she asked Marlo what's her career. She was like, same as your husband. We both in technology. And then Kenya asked Courtney.
Well, that was a read.
Because she was in technology. She was like that. You know what I'm saying?
And ain't that what he do? Because we don't know.
That's what she said. He had cameras all over the house. The same.
Okay. So no, that was a read.
Recording you, Drew. You said that.
Yeah. Good job, Marlo. I didn't even realize. Like
she said it.
You said it. That was actually really funny.
Kenya asked Courtney if she wanted to tell Drew what she said the night before. And Mayetta said that she witnessed what did she say? A collusion. Child, she didn't even know what that means, and I don't even know how to say it. So I don't even know what she's doing.
It is a word, collusion. It means they was basically over there conspiring to have a plan.
But then they say conspiring to do something illegal. Ain't that what
that was one of the options. That was one of them, They was giving you like
Okay.
That one. It wasn't that description. It was a group of people getting together to be on some bullshit. See, they should have put out the Urban Dictionary to make people like know.
That's what you got to do. Kenya was trying to tell Drew what they were saying, and Courtney was like, you wasn't there. And Kenya, you wasn't. Once again, Mayetta, that was your point, your time to shine, and you backed up. That was horrible. You let Kenya do it. And
or
Kenya,
or did she say something? That's what I hate about the damn I hate about the
that girl ain't
editing.
say shit. She ain't say shit.
Courtney did. It was stupid too. It was lame too. That's just not in her character. She's not gonna do that. She's not gonna pipe up. She'll pipe up in the what you call it?
In the confession.
Yeah.
Sheree get up, she start crying because she said she was embarrassed. Now you embarrassed. Now you embarrassed. So Drew,
were those real tears? Do your tear ducts still work after all of that foolishness she got going on up there?
So Drew,
you can't sweat, you can't cry, you can't smile, you can't frown.
You didn't geek the shit up, and now you want to act like you embarrassed when the shit popped off.
Crying, child.
You wanted to have.
You don't even like any of these people for you to be that emotional over the situation.
Drew pulls Courtney to the side and tell her that it's different between the two of them because she Ralph's cousin, and no, she's not.
Have y'all ever had Thanksgiving together? Have you ever ran into her at any family? Like it's not like it's gonna be like it's gonna be Christmas. We gonna be at grandma's house. We don't need this tension between the
And
family.
Courtney probably like, I watched last season. I saw you do it too, Drew. You know what I'm saying? We all watched it, Drew. Oh, child.
Where did this even begin? How did we even get here? I can't remember where it started. Why are we talking about this?
Because we was just drinking and dancing, and then all of a sudden somebody brought up Bolo. They was trying to low-key bring. Courtney brought up Bolo because she said she stayed down the street from where they was at with Bolo.
I'm confused by that because I was like, do he live in Portugal? What are you talking about?
No, when they was at the house. Courtney
Right.
lives around the corner from the house they were at with Bolo.
In South Carolina or wherever
Yes.
that shit is. Right.
Yes.
But I was like, why are we talking about that? They were talking about this the land of Portugal.
They didn't give about Portugal.
Really? Brought up some random shit. I was like, Bolo down the street.
Girl,
So
I'll let you know, you ain't got shit to talk about. Y'all bringing up Bolo. Now this shit, come on.
Bolo is like yesterday's price is not today's price.
Oh my God.
His bookings just went up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Bolo got real popular, huh? But Bolo just got bumped to the side because JJ didn't brought the Jamaican.
The Jamaican just maybe they need to pair up.
Child,
Do a
the Brown
review.
can't be a part of that show.
Ooh, that's a special show.
So we had dinner. Drew talk about being married for 8 years, but she's still in counseling, and Ralph took a pause. But we made it, child. But we made it. Just all these years. Mayetta says she talked to Candy. Candy is just confused. She's waiting to hear, waiting until they could talk again, her and Drew, about what happened.
Candy left her representative.
Yeah. Then Mayetta said, Latoya said Marlo's reasoning for showing her the video was to show how Drew really feels about her. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. Was that something? What did you think it was for? What did y'all think? Yeah. Sanya said she didn't agree with Marlo. But she told Mayetta she ain't like how she used that word. And Courtney was like, Mayetta, you was a part of it too. And then Mayetta apologized to them.
Girl, don't be mad at me because you need a dictionary to understand the words I'm saying. Y'all was over there colluding. So
she didn't understand the word when they asked her.
Well, I mean, I think she just didn't know how to explain what, you know what I'm saying? She knew what she was saying, but well, it fit the scenario, kind of, a little bit.
So Marlo was like, well, I still want to know who was lying. You know she was lying. And then Drew told her she need to worry about her legal affairs and if she could pass a drug test.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Girl, we wasn't talking about that.
And so Marlo was like, your husband.
And you're late to the fight. That was episode 2 or 3. Girl. You don't want to go back to the parking lot at the escape room.
So then Marlo was like, your husband and Tech, he could Google it. The foreclosure, liens, all of that is public knowledge. If you want to know, you can find out. Karma is a bitch came up. Who brought that up?
Probably that girl, Courtney.
Oh, Mayetta brought it up. Mayetta
She didn't like that word. She didn't like that word.
Somebody said Karma is a bitch. And she said, speaking of which, Courtney, you said that about Kenya. And she talked about her being heartless and, you know, having no empathy. And then they talked about, or the producers talked about Kenya acting a fool as well. And then they show a couple of clips. Now, Kenya mad because she said y'all show that
Clip of her at the
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah. And I was like, they ain't have to show that, but Kenya, you a mug too. Like, I wouldn't have showed that, but I definitely would have showed the way you was talking to them, yo, help them nannies and all that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that part. But you said last time you don't supposed to say something like that about people when they hurt themselves. You're not supposed to say karma is a
you
bitch.
want, yeah,
And
yeah,
I said, I don't know.
yeah.
It
You
depends
did
on the
say that.
person.
You ain't supposed to say it, but since she said it, I'm like, Kenya, you're not the nicest though. You're not. You're not.
I think though, if that came from the nanny or something, I just feel like, what is her issue though?
I feel like I do feel like oh girl came on the show and she's trying to have an issue with Candy and trying to have an issue with Kenya. But I do feel like Kenya treats the newbies like that every time. Like she like hates them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Girl, we at a winery now doing
But
taste.
you're not gonna haze me because I'm not gonna care that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a better attitude to have about it than I mean, I'm not gonna start no beef over no dumb shit. It don't make sense.
I was trying to think. I was trying to think who did she come at? I'm gonna say, but she was crushing on Latoya, so
It wasn't
that
Latoya.
didn't happen. Her and Drew, she did Drew like that.
She did you horrible.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have she was doing dumb shit though, like trying so hard to
You
come. I
can't
was like, don't do
defend
that.
Drew. You just can't.
You can't. Yeah.
Can't. So we had the
What you call
winery.
it held her own? The
Who?
one that was down there with Bolo. What's her name? Tanya?
Yo, yeah.
Because
Oh
Kenny
yeah, oh
bought
yeah.
the cookie lady. And
She
Ken,
did. It can't, yeah. No reason why Tanya goes because Bolo, she got in trouble with Bolo with her man, but if it wasn't for that, you know.
well, he shouldn't have been giving his number to the candy lady. Ding.
Yeah. We at the winery, we doing the tastings, and then blink, blink, blink. Ralph texts Marlo saying you saying disrespectful things about him and keep his name out of his mouth. And I was like, he is such a
He wants to be in a
What's that?
scene. He's
he
got to be
wants to be a
texting Marlo.
housewife so bad. How he got Marlo's number? Drew, did you see what I'm saying, Drew? You see what I'm saying? I can't. She said she ain't gonna talk to him because he's the man. So
Marlo was like, I ain't talking to him.
Right. I'm gonna dress the wife who told him. Okay. Child, they started drinking wine and they started getting all giddy. And I started thinking about the movie Get Out. And I was like, what is y'all doing? And then these pilgrims, according to Drew.
Oh, you talking about, yeah, it got weird, real weird, didn't it?
Something was in that drink.
She thought it was water.
It was that was like a Get Out scene, and y'all all the way over here. I was like, what is gonna happen?
But they was mad about the incense. They was worried about the little thing, the coochie pot.
Girl. So at this point, the pilgrims then came out and taught them a dance.
Not the pilgrims.
So Drew called them. Okay. The pilgrims. And that's how that episode ended. Now next week, Ralph caught himself confronting Marlo. Ain't nobody told him that wasn't no good look. And then Latoya is back to tell her side of the story, I guess, child, or whatever Drew paid her to say. And then
could you see Todd doing some shit like that? Todd be like, man, I don't care what these hoes be saying about me.
Exactly. But well, you know, he want to be the housewife. Ralph. This season should have been called Everything But the Kitchen Sink, because they didn't do everything. They didn't brought back all these folks. They threw Martell in. They brought Kim and all them other ladies, and then they brought Latoya back, and now here come Cynthia. It makes no sense.
Plus, in between all of that, we didn't had 175 flashbacks. We did flashbacks with so much footage that we didn't see the first season around.
Girl, bye. But that's that episode. Y'all drop down, like this video, subscribe to this channel. We will see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.